Hello everyone. May the 18th today. As of Monday the 20th, we are entering a very powerful window in time for 1 week into Sunday the 26th. It is activating everyone's charismatic power of directly expressing themselves from the source of life into the throat, into where we find our voice and speak. This is channel 2234, which will be activated when the Sun crosses the line of 007 Gemini. You will find the link to more details on that overlay of the 64 hexagrams over the zodiac according to the human design system down in the description of the video. So this is hexagram 20. The Sun will move into, which is the power of the now, contemplation, being able to really absorb this moment and find that inner contemplation, that place of just looking, being on the tower up high and watching the world from above. That's kind of the energy we're getting, and that is Earth on the other side, which activates hexagram 34, the power of the great. It so happens that these two are forming one channel in the human design grid, one of the integration channels, one of the most powerful channels there are in the electromagnetic wiring of the human design, which we all carry an imprint of, and a variation of different channels being defined as per our birth chart. This is nature expressing itself through these channels presently, and as I say, this is the one which particularly we are focusing on, as this is the one which will be added on between the 20th and the 26th of May. This one here is already active. This is active, actually has been for quite some time, since March on and off, which is the channel of initiation, which right now will be, as you see here by the small description here, 51 and 25. 51 is where Mars will be, and Neptune is in 25. So Neptune is actually activating this channel for quite a while, and as soon as 51 is also activated, then the whole channel comes to life, and that will be for quite a while, for the time till Mars crosses the line of 20 degrees and 45 minutes in Aries. So let's look at the individual channels, because they are really telling you the potentials of our times, what is presently going on. So this is from Human Design Tools. You will find all that on the net. I will put the link into the description. What I want to really read you here is, this channel is part of the mystical circuitry. It's a channel of shock, 51, into the love of spirit, innocence, 25. Notice that this is a totally projected channel. You don't have to do anything to be initiated. This is really super important. Life initiates you, and that is happening to each and everyone in these present times. Initiation is the channel, as a channel is will-based. However, it's less about the will power in the traditional way. It is more about having the will to survive the initiation. Okay, gives us the power to get up every morning, even though it's just really, really challenging right now. But nature is powering us up, giving us that willpower which we need, which also actually expresses in the Mars-Saturn conjunction we just came out of. So let me quickly finish this, and then, yeah, there's always so many things I want to say. But initiation can be shocking, dramatically life-altering, and of course unexpected. But the initiation here is always about bringing the individual closer to spirit. Sometimes we call this the channel of the shaman or the priestess. The shaman and the priestess have to die to the ego before they can emerge into their wisdom, happening to each and everyone on this planet as we speak. Now this is at the base. This has been going on for quite a while. Now when the sun then enters this hexagram, adding on to this channel by Monday 4:07 p.m. Universal Time, then this charisma comes to life, which is the ability to directly express, manifest what comes in through our belly, what we feel at the core of ourselves. It turns us into manifesting generators. And as it happens in that moment, when this channel gets activated, the moon is in hexagram 50, the cauldron, and 27, that is where Mercury is at that time still here, just in the last line, but still they are both together in that section of the zodiac to activate this channel at the onset of this charisma wave, you could say, at the birth, at the initiation of that new energy. And what I want to get to is the cauldron is traditionally hexagram 50 is where food is prepared in. Something valuable is being cooked, getting ready, and this is spiritual knowledge, insight, wisdom, which comes out of the center of intuition, which is again linked to the now. This is the splenic awareness of the now, which is always attuned to intuition. We pick up things in a way, and 27 is nourishment as such. So this is the channel of preservation and nourishment. So intuition is feeding into our basic life force, and the basic life force is able to express itself directly in charismatic ways. Let's just read a few more lines of these two hexagrams, then you get the bigger picture. So charisma, again, that's this one here, Sun and Earth, is empowering intuition, empowering the ability to be able to suss out what's going on in the now. It is doing much more than that, actually. It brings the power of the now into tangible reality. Power of the now. This is the driving force of the integration which the 20 and 34 are bringing. There's much more here. You can look up this page. I just give you the basics for now. And then preservation, that's the one which I was just mentioning, where the moon and Mercury are in. Okay, let me do it that way. Okay, here we go. That is this way. This one here links the spleen centers, the spleen center to the gate of the sacral center. Just the biological basis for this gate is it's helping infants to survive after birth. But much more than that, it's the root of nourishment in itself. Okay, now let's look at the astrology of this moment and more. So what shows here in the astrology chart is Chiron again. I mean, Chiron has been really the front row player, if you want, the main actor in many ways since the solar eclipse of April the 8th, and it was exactly aligned with the moon and the sun at the peak of the eclipse. It was very clear that this was bringing this energy into its full flavor experience on all levels, Chiron naturally being the one who is pushing us onto what is not okay, making us aware of what is out of sync, literally pushing us with our noses head on into what is still to be looked at, cleaned up. Nothing can be really ignored under this teacher, master, guide who leads us through this final stage of the purification of this planet. And it's definitely not always easy to face things. Actually, I liked that what Jacqueline Hobbs lately said. Whatever outside in the world is happening at this time, I guess we are at the point where we say, oh, okay, one more thing to deal with. So what? What else can they come up with next? In other words, what is outside in the world really has become of secondary importance. What really is where we are pushed to focus is our personal shadows, integration, and finding the light within our own inner darkness, finding that deep integration. That's why it's also so important, so helpful to just sit for 20 minutes every day and attune to the greater cosmos. It's literally that time of defragmentation. I guess it's no more really necessary on modern computers, but 10 years ago, even 20 years ago for sure, every day basically you would have to run the maintenance program which would defragment the hard drive, which would bring all the different parts of a file which were placed all over the hard drive into integration into one spot. And that's exactly what is happening when we sit in silence, quiet for 20 minutes. We allow that naturally to happen, everything to fall in line with the greater cosmic energies, and therefore we would automatically be in the best place to deal with all the oncoming challenges and deal with them intuitively, properly, in the moment. And this is particularly important for this coming week of introspection, which is at the base. That's exactly what these 20 minutes are helping us to magnify, that introspection. So again, Mercury and the Moon, they are the ones which are forming this channel here. 20 and 34, that's Earth and the Sun respectively, and 51 and 25, that is Mars and Neptune. Okay, I think well, maybe a few more things I really wanted to mention in this context. I mean, May has been an incredible month so far, with all the many solar flares, X-class flares, an unprecedented number of them in a very short sequence. I guess between April 30th and just a couple days ago, there were certainly, I didn't count it, I stopped counting, but certainly about 15 to 20 X-class flares, which means there was an intense amount of energy thrown at Earth, at us, because each of us is part of Earth and each of us is connected electromagnetically to the Earth grid, to the Earth's aura. When the solar wind brings out all these charged particles, when the X-ray pulses are literally frying the upper atmosphere, creating what's called radio blackouts, which can last for hours, radiation storms and so what. So not anyway, you got the idea. Actually, on the 11th of May, hopefully you were able to witness these auroras, these northern lights, which were visible into the subtropical latitudes, which has happened only very, very few times in recorded history, actually. Anyway, that links back to my last recording where I compare that present energy with the Carrington flare of 1859, which changed the world at the time, which, if it would happen again, would definitely throw us into serious challenges. So this event of experiencing the sun as being so immensely powerful was definitely a reminder that we should better prepare for an event of that magnitude. It was interesting enough that HARP kind of jumped the bandwagon and announced pretty much already when it had happened, or when it was clear it would happen, that they would also do a test in artificial auroras. So kind of trying to imply that they were the ones who were causing all that amazing light show. No way. I mean, HARP, as much as they can do, I'm sure they can do quite something, and also cause damage, as we all know. But this is in no way comparable to what the sun has been putting out in terms of energy through these last few weeks. We all have been powered up tremendously and are ready for the next level of this game. Now I think I leave it at that. I really wanted to just make you aware of this powerful window in time, 20th to 26th, the whole next week. So really hold that intent to, at least for 20 minutes a day, and if not possible, for 10 minutes at least, or twice 10 minutes, just to sit quietly without doing anything. You don't have to kind of meditate in the classical way. Just be quiet, just watch what is happening. You can keep your eyes open or closed, it doesn't really matter. But just be here now, in your body, feel your body. That's maybe the best advice I can give you. Connect with Earth, connect with your environment in these 20 minutes, and let the energies flow both ways to integrate you into the greater network again, bring you back to an inner balance. Thank you for joining and listening here, and then talk to you soon again. Love you all. Bye bye.